trying to break a premiership drought in the senior men's comp, but the siren sounds. We're underway in the third term. It's going to be Howard and it's going to be Logan Butcher doing the ruck work here for the Magpies. Lentini with another clearance as they send it towards the forward 50. Bouncing ball will work okay for McCubbin, who's able to get it over to Johnston. Ferranato back to Johnson, who kept running, and his left foot ball down the line. We'll look for Brindley, who's got a couple to beat. Goes over the head of all the pack. Kane, Lentini again involved. Found Binion, but his kick was smothered. Lentini's handball also intercepted. At ground level is Kane. Lentini just delayed the handball and then kicks it inside 50. McCubbin in there. Butcher's in there. Can he get rid of the tackle? Umpire says no, holding the footy. Had a chance to dispose of it, was unsuccessful. And Greensborough with an early statement in the third term.
Aiton Delaney laying that tackle for the Borough on Lockie Batchelor. So Aiton Delaney going to look to go the short one, but it's going to go a bit further forward to Ferranato. Had the pressure coming from Nick Green, but did well to stand strong for the mark. Going to go long down the line. Brindley's there, so is Howard. Goes over both of their heads. Glenn being held. Fisher lays the tackle. He's a bit dazed after that one as the ball trickles over the boundary line. And Ben Fisher, slow to his feet, but now back up and running inside forward 50. Was one of the unlikely heroes last week for Greensborough. And we'll look to have an impact in this second half as the umpire throws the ball back into play. Howard gets the tap down. Holmes is there, but so is Hasler. Hasler takes possession. Holmes lays the tackle. And umpire will call for another stoppage on this broadcast wing. It's a beautiful day at Preston City Oval for this preliminary final. Greensborough with a 17-point lead early in the second half. Howard gets a tap down. Butcher does well to rove it, though. He's dispossessed. And now O'Sullivan tackled by Nash Holmes. And umpire calls for the ball yet again. Ferranato slow to his feet. It's been a fascinating matchup so far today. Ferranato on Nash Holmes. As Howard gets the tap down to O'Sullivan. He's kicked forward in the Brindley direction. He paddles it ahead. He's got Kane for company. Fisher's in there. He can't take possession. And eventually, Aaron Doyle just takes that one over the boundary line. So further forward for Greensborough, kicking to the market end in this third term.
So they've been resting Flynn Riley up in the forward line by the looks of it. Butcher's done all the ruck work so far in this third term, and he's up here again against Howard. The ball ricochets towards the boundary line. At the bottom of their pack there is... There's a few. One of them, Jordan Gillard, Aaron Doyle as well. We'll go again with another ball up.
Not sure it's a rest for Flynn Riley. It's just necessity. Montmorency need a target inside forward 50, and there's the tallest man on the ground, so they'll look for him in this third quarter.
Absolutely. It's Howard that gets it out of the ruck immediately, though, and sends it towards the forward pocket. A few Magpies dive for the footy, but it allows Smith to lay a big tackle. And it was a very big tackle in... I think it's going to be Gardner, very slow to his feet. I think a dangerous tackle may have been called the last second. It was Chubb. That was at the end of that tackle. He's going to switch this one across and find Brock Binion. And they'll look to go towards the outer side to McCormack, who took a nice mark under pressure from Johnston. He's going to go back to Braden Gillard in defensive 50. And they'll just chip it around. That one too short for Lentini, but he has time to gather. They have to handball back to Braden Gillard. And we'll look to go a bit more direct, but that was a very late hit by McCubbin. And a very high one as well. So downfield will be the call. And I dare say that one's going to be looked at because that was a very high hit.
Well, absolutely. That one will be looked at throughout the week. And with a grand final next week, the last thing is you want to have that on the back of your mind.
Jenkins was able to get the kick away, and it lands out the back for the Magpies. They'll ship it inside, and it's Butcher who marks and quickly sees Patterson on his own. And Patterson, who's already got two today, is going to go even shorter with his kick, and he'll find Nash Holmes. Despite his excellent work in the midfield, Nash Holmes, he's Montmorency's third leading goal kicker. Third highest leading goal kicker, I should say. And well, he will look to get an important major for Montmorency to reduce this margin. The man on the mark is going to be about 35 metres out from goal. 25 majors this year for Nash Holmes. Been prolific both in the midfield and up forward when required, but this needs to go through for the Magpies, you would feel. Holmes from 40 metres out, starts his approach. Goal umpire doesn't move. An important one for Montmorency. They get their fourth of the afternoon, 4:6:30 are the Magpies. The Borough 6:5:41. 5 minutes gone, third quarter.
Really steady and important kick to bring the margin back within 2 goals for the Magpies. And Nash Holmes, he's worked pretty courageously this afternoon, spent a bit of time up forward in that first quarter and then moved into the middle in the second. And it looks like that's where he'll stay, of course, matching up on Christian Ferranato. But that's just what Montmorency needed, just chipping away at that margin, keeping it tight. And if they can pile on another couple, it'll be really promising signs.
Howard tapped down to Hasler, gets away from Holmes and sends Greensborough towards forward 50. But the only man standing in there in the hole is Billy Jenkin. Gets a slight bump from Brody Glenn on the way through and gets a 50-metre penalty, does the stand-in captain for the Magpies. So Billy Jenkin, a couple of 50-metre penalties against the Borough early in this third quarter. Bit of undisciplined play have helped the Magpies get further forward. Jenkins goes laterally and back inside the centre square, finds Holmes. Now towards forward 50. Mark taken by McCormack. On the half-forward flank. Has got a couple of leads inside forward 50. He's got to find one now. And taking the mark on the lead. Batchelor almost took it. Bounced off his chest. Bajramov's in there. So is McCubbin for Greensborough. Gets the handball out. And tackle late on Aiton Delaney. And we'll have a ball up inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Butcher up against Howard. Howard gets a tap down to McGubbin, who just sends a long high one. Flying at the back is Brindley. Can't quite bring it to ground. Does well to the follow-up. Tries to get a handball out to Ferranato. Lentini's in there. Lays a tackle on Hasler. And we'll have another stoppage inside Montmorency's forward 50.
So ball's going to be tossed up about 35 metres out from the Magpies' goal. They've kicked the last two. Butcher, I think he's going to win a free kick from the ruck contest here. Yes, he will.
Yeah.
So just a bit of a block there has allowed Butcher, who has pretty much done the ruck work this entire third term. We'll go back and look for just his second ever senior goal. His first season of senior footy in general. And, well, Butcher can make this a 5-point game, which wasn't looking likely in this second term, but you can just tell the momentum of this match has switched to the Magpies' favour. Now Butcher just needs to make it count. Comes in from 35 metres out and just misses to the right. The margin will sit at 10 points at the 8-minute mark of the third term. 4-7 plays 6-5. Both sides now with the same amount of scoring shots, but Greensborough is slightly more accurate, but are under pressure, a bit uncharacteristic with their discipline. And I'll look to try get this game back on their terms. O'Sullivan wants the handball received from Johnston. Well, he was very undecided about it. Eventually got it over to his captain. Now Johnston goes from half back to half forward with the kick. And at the back, it's Brock Binion. Excellent mark on the paint of 50. And he'll just chip it short to Jenkin. In fact, it's not. It's Butcher who's going to find a teammate. And they'll look to go a little more inboard with the kick. Nash Holmes wants the man running, and they will keep running, the Magpies. Down the line they go to Badramov. Was just a bit too high for him, allowed McFawn to spoil, but you can sense that this game's starting to shift a bit, Tim.
Yeah, certainly. Montmorency just looking a bit better with their ball movement, and when they do that, they've just got to make sure they make the most of those opportunities, but it's all starting out the middle at the moment. They've won the last couple clearances and just been really impressive to start this third term, kicking to the non-scoring end as well.
Smith gets the tap down to Hasler, tackled by Lentini, and is caught for incorrect disposal. So Lentini has had a lot of it so far today, especially early on in this third quarter. We'll look to send Montmorency back towards forward 50. He's going to go to the pocket where Bajramov's leading, but the mark taken McFawn.
No.
Is he going to be paid it? No, it's going to be a ball up inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Will McFawn did have a lot of that. It's Smith doing the ruck work against Bajramov. Gets the tap down, but it's going to be roved by a Montmorency opponent. And a snap towards goal, just going to hook too far. And another minor score for the Magpies. They move to 4-8-32. Trailing Greensborough 6-5-41. 10 minutes gone, third quarter.
It was Sleep there with the shot on goal that just missed. That would have been another handy one for Nick Rutley's men, but they're still pressing hard. Johnson clears it away. Brindley got a hand onto it. Here's Patterson trying to paddle it to the advantage of a teammate. And there is Brodie Jones. That ball not going anywhere. So umpire says, give it to me. Almost true centre wing broadcast side. Here's Riley now, his first ruck contest of this third quarter. It's Smith that gets the tap. Brindley is able to just clear it away. He's going to make a bit of work here for his teammate in Ham. Spun around one, got the handball away just in time. Now Ferranato coming the other way, finds a standing Smith, and he's just going to get boot to ball and send it as long as he can, but another intercept mark. It's Jenkins again. In the back 50, they're being very wasteful with their entries inside the forward half, Greensborough. As Crick will switch this one across, and they've got numbers in favour now, do the Magpies, although that kick's going to be cut off. And James McCubbin will look to drive inside. He's going to chip this one instead to Ben Ham, who's about 45 metres out from goal. And looks like he's going to turn around and have a shot here, Ben Ham. Only 7 goals this season. But you feel like it's a bit of a crucial one for Greensborough to just ensure that that door's not open too wide for Montmorency, because they've had a very promising start to this third term. And Ben Ham from a tighter angle, but will kick from about the 50-metre line or just inside. Ham comes in. It's going to be across the face and flew through a couple of hands, but it'll be behind. And Greensborough now lead by 10 points.
And what Greensborough have been so good at doing in this final series is just locking the ball inside their forward 50, so it'll be interesting to see here if they can manage to do that.
Ball comes out of Montmorency's defensive 50 in quick fashion. It's forward of centre wing now. Lentini has it. He's going to go short, but McCubbin of the James variety takes the relieving mark on the half-back flank for Greensborough. He's going to go back where it came from, long down the wing. I think Sievers might have pushed his opponent under the ball. No, it's going to be a high free kick in favour of the Borough. It's going to go to Brindley for high contact. Just put a bit of doubt in the mind of the Montmorency defender, did Brindley. And now we'll look to send them inside. He's going to go short to his captain. He's going to launch inside forward 50 from the centre square. He might go all the way towards goal. Jack Johnston. The captain's goal just when Greensborough needed it. He's kicked his first in this preliminary final. And don't the Greensborough players love it. Back out to a 16-point lead are the Borough, 7-6-48. Leading Montmorency 4-8-32.
Well, that's exactly what a captain's for moments like that, when your team's struggling and Jack Johnson just seizing his moment. We know he's so dynamic off that half-back flank, but just moving up the ground there, just launching it from near the centre square. Absolutely brilliant from Jack Johnson, sending it out to a 3-goal margin and just nullifying all the hard work that Montmorency have done to start this third quarter. 4th
goal of the season for Jack Johnston. Doesn't happen often, but it happens at the important times. Although Montmorency want to switch things up again. Nyko goes inside 50 to a one-on-one. Now under real pressure here is Lockie Hill. It's going to swing for Montmorency, and they have the immediate response. Lockie Batchelor, who has been in great goal-kicking form himself, get the immediate reply. Just like that, the Magpies are back in the game with a 10-point margin.
Oh, and the intensity in this game and the pace is just taking a step up. Lockie Batchelor, he's first of the day, but he's been threatening inside forward 50 all afternoon. Able to seize his opportunity there and to get the immediate response and just wrestle back that momentum, keep the margin nice and tight. And great play there from Montmorency.
Well, it's his 7th goal in the last 4 games for Lockie Batchelor. Has proven at times this year that he can be a real force inside forward 50. As we go back in the middle, Smith tapped it, and then Greensborough able to still get this forward inside 50 again. Can they get the immediate response? They can't. Wonderful stuff from Aaron Doyle. The Borough player still down. Meanwhile, Montmorency are already going to get this towards the wing on the outer side, but it won't bounce in time for Patterson. Great effort there from Aaron Doyle, and well, you wouldn't know it was just his second senior game, has been terrific for the Knights this year. And now lays that important tackle to avoid Greensborough extending their margin. Sits at 10 points at the 15-minute mark.
So ball to be thrown in, outside wing. Riley and Smith going at it in the ruck contest. Smith paddles it forward to Ferranado. He's tackled straight away. Eventually gets it out, but umpire calls for a ball up before he does that. So another stoppage on that outer wing. Umpire just asking the rucks to separate before he throws the ball up. Riley's able to get the tap down. Ferranado sharks it. Gets around one defender and a quick snap forward. Finds Brindley. He's just looking to go with a long ball inside forward 50 for Greensborough. Sends it long and high now. Where are the flyers coming from? Jenkins goes to the back, but Sievers was a couple of steps off the back of that pack and it just fell into his arms. And he'll have a shot at his third goal of this preliminary final. That was a massive fly from Billy Jenkins, but it was just a bit too early on that one.
Yeah, could have had a mark of the year contender there from Billy Jenkins. He was a couple metres further back. He would have had clean hands on that, but Angus Sievers, well, he kicked one in the first quarter from a similar position, and this would be a major blow to Montmorency.
So sends it on its way from a tightish angle. He's going to hook it right across the face and out of bounds on the full. So a let off for Montmorency here. Still 10 points in it. 16 and a half minutes gone in this third quarter. Winner of this match to play Heidelberg next week in the Melbourne Greyhounds Division 1 Grand Final. Big pack of players form. Riley's in there for Montmorency. Smith for Greensborough. Ball comes to ground and Panham has it. He's wrapped up by Riley. And we'll have a stoppage about 60 around from the Greensborough goal.
Rucks go at it. Both ruckmen getting a tap there. Lentini laying the tackle, but was a bit overzealous afterwards. And we'll have a free kick go to way of Greensborough and Jackson Hasler. Man on the mark's about 55 out from the Borough goal. Right near the boundary. Hasler sends it to the corridor, almost top of the goal square. Off hands, front and centre was Riley, who was tackled and just got the ball away in time. Now Lentini trying to pick up the crumbs. Able to clear it away to a big fly, and Batchelor comes in strong. Marks the defensive side of the wing, is going to go down the line. Johnston in the sun, no problems at all for Jack Johnston. He has those for breakfast. Goes towards centre half forward with a good kick of his own to find Brindley. He's got Andrew Nacco running through, hands it off to him, sends it towards the pocket for Jamie Smith. Couldn't get there. Great effort from Billy Jenkins to punch that ball out of bounds. Now it's the Borough's turn to press. And with the game in a very intriguing position, they will feel like they need a couple of goals heading into this final turn. They lead by 10 points at the 18-minute mark of this third term. 7-6 plays 5-8. As the ball is about to be tossed back into play, it'll be Riley and it'll be Tom Brindley for Greensborough. It's the latter that does get the tap. Walsh in there to lay the tackle. And we'll go again for another ball up. Still in a dangerous position here for both sides for different reasons, of course. Spills out towards Lentini, who tried to kick it off the ground. Entrenacco was there. Able to get a handball away eventually, and it's Batchelor who's able to find Nyko. He takes a bounce, and he almost got past Hart. Had to give it back to Batchelor. Now he finds a teammate himself and can go down the line, but Smith's there, and he can take the relieving mark. And we'll reset for Greensborough with a handball.
He's going to go to his captain in, Jack Johnston. Going to go with a short one to the middle of the ground, O'Sullivan. Going to complete the switch, but McCubbin's going to be made to work for it. Bounces well for him, gets the handball over towards Brindley. Picks it up with the one hand just casually and now snaps it around the body towards forward 50. Jenkins standing in the hole. Sievers does well to provide a contest. And now Fitzgerald snaps one towards the forward 50. Panham's there, but so is Lentini. He gets a handball over to a teammate in Gillard. And now the kick forward comes to Holmes and he's hit afterwards. And it's going to be a 50-metre penalty.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, just another undisciplined play from Greensborough in this game. It's the third 50-metre penalty they've given away. And it's going to be Nash Holmes this time. Going to move it on as quick as possible. Where he does find a target in Crick. Sends it towards forward 50 over the head. And over the head of Brodie Jones, and Panham's able to take the relieving mark inside defensive 50. So a little for Greensborough here, but he's going to give it straight back to Crick. And now Montmorency to go inside forward 50 once again. Just a short one at Gillard. Takes the mark on the lead. Had Ferranato for company. He's holding his leg after that contest is Gillard. And it's a bit worse for wear after that contest. But he will take his kick.
Needs a handball receive or something to help him out, I reckon.
Very much does. He's just going to send a long ball inside forward 50 for Montmorency. Smith standing in the hole. So is Riley. Smith gets the fist to it. Brindley's there. So is Ferranato. Just puts it on the boot. He's got a 2-on-1 contest, but it's in favour of Montmorency. But a big tackle laid by Zach McCubbin. Does really well to apply the pressure. Glenn lays the smother, but a big mark coming the other way through Holmes. Gets it over to Nyko. He'll send Montmorency back inside forward 50. Patterson's there. Can't quite take the mark. It's going to be a 2-on-2 contest. The boundary line's going to beat all comers. And we're just going to settle in for a moment here because we're inside Montmorency's forward 50. 10 points the margin as we're into time on in this third quarter.
And everyone take a breath. The intensity has just lifted in the last few minutes from both sides. Big hits, big tackles. Just waiting for one play to take that moment and really set their team forward.
Smith and Riley to do battle inside 50 for the Magpies. Hasler got a hand onto it. Was unable to get control. So we'll have a secondary stoppage with 21.5 minutes gone in this third term. The Borough lead by 10 points. But it is certainly anybody's game. Again, it's Smith gets the hands, but it went straight to Riley. Money with a good tackle. Spills out now for Aaron Doyle, who sends it to the pocket. Almost a mark taken by the Magpies forward. Johnston ensures it's going to be another stoppage, and still a very interesting stage of the game. Tap again from Badramov doing the ruck work. So we are indeed getting it slowed down a little bit after an intense few minutes. Greensborough still looking for a couple of goals just to build that lead up again they had in the first term. Smith, Hasler will be cleared, although there's a holding free kick. And it is going to go to Greensborough, so Hasler will be able to reset. He's been solid again this afternoon, a very underrated player of Matthew Hyde's side. Hasler called to play on in the back pocket. He's going to Money. Is that going to stay in play? Does just. Money on the outer side. We'll go down the line with this kick. Was looking for Fisher, went over the head of him there as well for Sporty Seavers. And Greensborough able to get this inside 50. Great sport from the Montmorency defender, but who do the numbers favour? Both players getting involved, and again another stoppage. Almost on the paint of 50 here, or maybe just outside 50 for Greensborough. Rucks go at it, it's Riley that gets the tap. In there is Brodie Glenn. Greensborough do get a clearing ball as they go inside 50. Again off hands, chance here for Walsh. He's able to keep his feet. Almost got boot to ball. Magpies with all the numbers. Chance here for Gardner, who can't control it. Then he slipped over. Jenkin in there as well. And we're going to have a ball up. Intensity starts to rise again.
It was Jenkin in there, barrowing hard for Montmorency. Just doing everything he can to stop Greensborough from getting a score on the board late in this third quarter. Riley's able to get the tap down for the Magpies, but going in hard and playing for the free kick. He's got it. Is Ferranato. Just went in lower and harder than Lentini. And gets the high free kick. So it will be Christian Ferranato from a very tight angle. Was the best player on the ground in last week's win over North Heidelberg. Has gone head-to-head with the star Montmorency midfielder in Nash Holmes today. But now Christian Ferranato looking to have a massive impact on this game and extend Greensborough's lead back out to 16 points. Sends this one on its way. It's coming back well. It's hit the post. So another minor score for Greensborough. They move to 7-7-49. Leading Montmorency 5-8-38. 24.5 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Another opportunity gone begging there for the Borough. As the Magpies go towards the outer side. It's in the hands of Corey Sleep. About to hit the 25-minute mark. Wouldn't think it's a long quarter. Well, there have been a few stoppages. Sleep goes down the line. Badramov is going to be the target. Had to fly against McFawn. Ball hits the deck. Holmes managed to find a teammate. Magpies win it out. And Nyko takes the mark in front of Aiton Delaney. He just stops for a moment as he gets plays forward. Now Nyko senses an opportunity. He's got plays towards the boundary line here. Dozzie's got a one-on-one. Doing well was, I think, Zach Hart there to force that ball out of bounds. We're going to boundary throwing inside 50 for the Magpies. If they pinch one here, Tim, they are every chance in the last quarter.
They certainly are. It'd be such a big psychological boost. Being so clean with their transition footy, they just need to find a way to translate that on the scoreboard.
Jallow boundary throw in. Money lost it over to Hasler, who just wanted to handball it away. Almost a holding free kick. Farinado tackled. He loses the footy as well. No one able to pick it up cleanly at the moment. Burrow with weight of numbers do get the clearance. They go towards down the line, and a great mark running back with the flight by Aaron Doyle. He's had some good moments so far, has the 18-year-old. He switches it now, and Patterson, and then Sleep, in fact, almost took the mark, was taken off him. Crick late in a big tackle by McCubbin, almost right in the middle of Preston City Oval. We'll have another stoppage. It's an 11-point margin in favour of the Borough.
So right in the middle of Preston City Oval here. Howard's able to get the tap down. It comes out to Money as the three-quarter time siren sounds. And we have a big last quarter in store of this Division 1 preliminary final. It is Greensborough 7-7-49, leading Montmorency at the final change 5-8-38.